Group 5, their topic is Technological Breakthrough Alphago. And Group 6,
Good afternoon! You are tuned into Newswise, our weekly program to talk about the news behind the news. This week on the agenda is the historic Go challenge between Google's AlphaGo and Korean Go master Lee Sedol. I am your host, Betsy Liao. Earlier this week, Google's AlphaGo beat Go master Lee Sedol in the final of 5 Go challenges. The computer program beat the human Go master 4-1 in the best of 5 competition in Seoul, South Korea, in what was seen as a landmark moment for artificial intelligence. In the studio to tell us more is Go master Lee Sedol himself, all the way from Korea. Welcome in the Newswise studio, Mr. Lee.
Thank you, Betsy. It's good to be here.
Yes, later, via telephone, we will also be joined by the CEO of the AlphaGo design company, Mr. Demis Hassibis, and artificial intelligence specialist, Dr. Nelly Sharkey. But first up, let's hear from you, our listeners. Let's go to line 1, which is John from California. Hi, John. What is your question for Mr. Lee?
Hi, guys. Yes, I have 2 questions for Mr. Lee. Mr. Lee, do you actually enjoy the game against the computer? And did these 5 matches change or heighten your understanding of the game?
Hi, John. Yeah, I truly enjoyed all 5 games against AlphaGo. I thought it was a lot of fun, even though I couldn't really chat with my opponent. Well, as for my understanding or my insight regarding computer coding and the amazing creativity of human beings, this definitely changed. But I have come to question some issue based on my experience with AlphaGo. So I think there's more learning for me to do down the road.
Okay, thanks, John. Our second caller is Nikki from NHK in Japan. Hi, Nikki.
Hi, Betsy. Nice talking to you again. First of all, I would like to congratulate Mr. Lee on his brilliant game. My question to you, Mr. Lee, is based on your experience, what is the difference between playing against AlphaGo and playing against a professional human player?
Well, Nikki, AlphaGo is different from a human player simply because it's not human. But when it comes to professional play, I think there's a little difference. However, I have to say AlphaGo's style and the strategy are completely different from what I'm used to. During the first game, I had difficulty getting used to his style. Also, apparently, AlphaGo has some advantages in that he is not intimidated, and he has strong powers of concentration. And me, I'm only a human after all.
One more question, Mr. Lee. If you had the opportunity for another chance, a rematch with AlphaGo, would you take it?
I think probably not. I believe that it is impossible for a human to match the level of concentration and the mental strength of AlphaGo.
That is an interesting answer and surely something for our listeners to think about. Now, let's take a break and see what Haagen-Dazs has to offer.
Fancy rabbit isn't necessarily the world's finest ice cream, but we did it anyway. Haagen-Dazs, creamy, smooth, delicious. It makes a really cool gift for a holiday. Haagen-Dazs, it's just perfect.
Welcome back. Let's go on now to our third caller. As promised, we are talking to DeepMind CEO Demis Hassibis in New York. Good afternoon, Mr. Hassibis. Mr. Hasibis, are you there?
Hi, Betty. Yes, I'm here.
Mr. Hasibis, thank you for joining us. If you have been listening, you know that we have Mr. Lee in our studio, and we have been discussing the Alphago victory. To start off, what are your thoughts about the match?
Yes, Betty. Well, we were extremely lucky to witness the incredible excitement surrounding Go and artificial intelligence.
And how exactly was the system developed? I mean, it is not easy to build an artificial intelligence that can play Go.
That is very true, Betty. We developed Alphago's expertise by studying older games and teasing out patterns of play. It played itself, different versions of itself, millions and millions of times, and each time got incrementally better. It learned from its mistakes, like humans are supposed to do.
Great, thank you for making that clear to us, Mr. Hasibis. Also, joining us now via telephone is Dr. Lani Sharkey, a well-known artificial intelligence expert, to share her opinions on this amazing AI feat.
Good afternoon, Betty, Mr. Lee. Let me start off by saying that artificial intelligence has flirted with games since its very beginnings. Unlike in the real world, a closed system of fixed rules suit computing and AI.
Does this mean AI is now smarter than us and will eventually revolt against us mere humans? You know, certified Terminator science fiction becoming science fact?
Oh no, certainly not, Betty. Well, at least I hope not. AlphaGo doesn't care if it wins or loses. It doesn't even care if it plays. And it certainly couldn't make you a cup of tea after a game. But it is possible that AI will soon take your job. That is what you should be more worried about.
Wow, that certainly is illuminating and a little concerning. However, there is another player from China who believes that he has a higher chance to win the battle. But who knows? I guess we will have to wait and see. With that, we come to the end of today's Newswise. Thank you for listening. I am your host, Betsy Liao. Stay tuned for the news headlines and weather forecast coming up. I'll be back tomorrow at the same time for another look behind the news.
Thank you for your performance.